Hello everyone, in this lecture let us see the analysis of a single phase series RL circuit. Right, till now we have seen the analysis of the circuits containing either simple R or L or C, but now in the combination how a circuit is going to behave when a sinusoidal supply is given to it, we are going to see in this lecture. Right, so here I have taken a circuit consisting of a R resistor and inductor connected in series with one another, so with supplied voltage V. Right, now the supplied voltage as the resistor and inductor are connected in series, there will be a voltage division between these two, which the sum of those two contributes to the total supplied voltage V. Now if I try to draw a phasor of the voltages, total voltages which are being divided between this resistor and inductor, it will be like, so I am taking the current through this as a reference, that is reference current as I. Now if I take the current as total current as reference I, the current through the resistor will be in phase with the voltage, right? Voltage across the resistor, that can be shown as, see, voltage, as this is my current, voltage will be in phase with the current, that is VR is equals to IR or not. In the same way, voltage drop across an inductor, if you see, you know that the voltage in an inductor, that is VL, here it is VL, it is I into XL, where XL is called inductive reactance, right, which can be given by I omega L. Right, so this voltage across the inductor leads the current through the inductor by pi by 2 radians, that is 90 degrees, we know that one. So that can be shown in the phasor like this is the current, so both the current flowing through both the elements is same, that is what I. So for inductor also my reference is the current I. Right, now the voltage across this inductor, that is VL, is leading the current through the inductor by 90 degrees. So that can be represented like this, it is leading, see voltage VL is equals to IXL is leading the current I by 90 degrees. Right, now I need the total amount of the voltage through both the elements, that is VR plus VL, but when you take it as a phasor, it will be like the resultant will be resultant of these two phasors, so which is nothing but the diagonal. So this will be the total voltage, V is equals to I into Z. What is this Z then? So by parallelogram principle, see, I have taken parallel to IR. This one, this element, also this element is parallel to I into XL. The resultant of this parallelogram, diagonal of this parallelogram will be the total resultant voltage across this series circuit, right? So that can be taken as V is equals to, diagonal can be given by VR square plus VL square or not. So that can be written as VR is what? This one, that is IR the whole square plus VL is what? IXL the whole square. So this can be simplified as, I can be taken common from both the terms, I into root of R square plus XL square. So this R square plus XL square is nothing but our Z. Right, so I am simplifying this one as I into Z, where R under root of R square plus XL square is called as impedance. This is called what? Impedance. Right, so this is also expressed in ohms. So this is called the impedance of the total circuit, series circuit, Z. It is denoted by Z. So it is in ohms. Right, so now if you see this triangle, now I am only taking this triangle as, let me suppose this resultant is leading this current by 5 degrees, let me suppose. Right, so now from the triangle, let me write it down, from the triangle we get tan phi. So let me draw the triangle once again so that it will be clear to you. So this is my triangle I am considering, where phi is the phase angle. So this element is what? R corresponds to R. This element, see this one corresponds to what? This is nothing but what? XL. And this element corresponds to the resultant, that is Z. This is what? Under root of R square plus XL square or not. Right? So this triangle is called as impedance triangle, from where we have derived the impedance. Right? So this is called what? Impedance triangle. Let me note it down. Impedance triangle. Right? So from this triangle, see, let us write what is tan phi. Tan phi is what? See, from here, tan phi is what? Tan is nothing but opposite side, that is this one. That is, this one is what? VL by this one, adjacent side, VR. That is IXL by IR. So that gives us XL by R. That means phi can be phase angle from determined from tan inverse XL by R. This gives the value of the phase angle phi. Right? So now next, let us find now look at the behavior of the series RL circuit. That is, let me suppose the instantaneous value of the voltage from this series circuit is V. So V is equals to what? We know sinusoidal voltage sin Vm sin omega t. Then I can get instantaneous value of current I is what? Im sin omega t minus phi. Right? As it is an inductive circuit, we get minus here. So next, coming to instantaneous power P. We know that P is instantaneous power, small p, instantaneous power can be given from what? Small b into small I, that is instantaneous values of voltage and current, that is Vm sin omega t into Im sin omega t minus phi. From where we get, so we can write it as half Vm Im to 2 sin omega t minus phi, nothing but multiplication and division by 2. So that we get what? Half Vm Im, this is nothing but cos phi minus cos 2 omega t minus phi. Right? So from where we get half Vm Im cos phi minus half Vm Im cos 2 omega t minus phi. Right? So if you observe, there is a constant term. See, this is a constant term. But here if you observe, there is a variable. What is that? Omega 2 pi f. F is a variable, right? So that means previously it was oscillating at omega t, but now it oscillates at double the frequency. 2 pi f t or not. So this part, so we can tell that some part of the instantaneous power has a constant magnitude as well as it rotates at double the frequency. Right? So this is the conclusion obtained from this one. Next, coming to average power, let us see what happens to the average power. Now coming to average power. So average power is nothing but 1 by 2 pi of the total instantaneous power, right? D omega t. So coming to power factor. So power factor is defined by cos phi. From the triangle, if you see again, cos phi. So the triangle was like this, where this is a phi, this is nothing but Iz, IR as well as IXL or not. So from the triangle cos phi will be what? Adjacent side, that is IR. Opposite side is what? IXL. Sorry, hypotenuse, right? Cos phi. Hypotenuse is what? IZ. So from where we get cos phi is equals to R by Z. So the one more technique of finding out the value of power factor is cos inverse R by Z. Fine. So now from this we can write the power VI cos phi, right? So VI cos phi can be written as, we know that V is nothing but I into Z, total voltage I into Z, as well as I into cos phi is what we got? R by Z or not. So from which I can write the formula for power as I square R also, right? So this is one more formula obtained for power, that is I square R. So these are the different parameters of series RL circuit, right? So we need to introduce one more term here, that is called quality factor of a coil, right? So now let us see what is quality factor of a coil. Q factor or quality factor of a coil. So this quality factor is nothing but the ratio of inductive reactance XL of a coil to its resistance R at a particular frequency, at a given frequency, is known as what? Quality factor. Q factor of a coil, right? That means we can define Q factor as what? XL by R. XL is what? Omega L by R, right? So this quality factor is nothing but it is used to describe the quality or how effective the coil is. So a coil is generally designed for what? To pass, it is allowed some amount of current to pass through it, right? So due to the passing of electric current through it, it creates a magnetic field. So how is the strength of that coil? That means how effective it is working in establishing a magnetic field around it. So this quality factor is a parameter which measures that effectiveness. So generally a coil is designed to have high value of L when compared to its resistance. Why? Because L is nothing but inductance, which is a measure of how much is a capacity to store the amount of magnetic field in it, right? A coil is wound around to have a behavior that it stores magnetic field or magnetic energy in it, right? So when you are designing a coil, it is designed such that it has high value of L when compared to its resistance. So this quality factor can also be explained like it is a measure of how far it is able to store energy, or that may be inductive energy or capacitive energy, how far it is capable of storing energy when comparing to dissipating energy. R is what? Dissipating energy, right? So it is nothing but opposition to the flow of electric current, right? It is dissipated in the form of I square R. So quality factor measures how effective the coil is. If the quality factor of a coil is greater, then it is said to have high value of inductance as compared to its resistance, right? This quality factor can also be given by quality factor is equals to 2 pi into C maximum energy stored. by energy dissipated. So it is a measure of how far it is able to store the energy, right? So now let us look at a problem to learn to be clear with all these parameters that we have learned. So here it is given that in a circuit consisting of a resistance of 5000 ohms and inductance of 1 Henry in series, a voltage of 150 volts at 400 Hz is applied. Determine the magnitude and phase of the current and voltage across the resistance and inductance. Calculate power taken from the supply. So these are the parameters that we have to find out. So we know that inductive reactance. So it is clear that it is a series circuit containing a resistor and inductance. That is series RL circuit, right? Series RL circuit. Right? So where we have to find out inductive reactance. Inductive reactance is what? 2 pi FL. Right? First of all, see, determine the magnitude and phase of the current. We are asked to find out magnitude and phase of the current. That is, we need I. Right? I is what? We know that it is V by Z here. So we know we need the value of V, we need the value of Z also. V is what? 150 directly given, but we don't know the value of Z, which we are going to find out. So we need what? Z. So Z is what? Under root of R square plus XL square. So we are given the value of R directly. What is it? 5000 ohms. 5000 square. But we don't know the value of XL. But we know the formula. What is it? 2 pi FL. That is 2 pi into F is what? F is given here. What is it? 400 into L is what? 1 Henry. Right? So if you calculate it, you will be getting 2513, right, ohms. So if you substitute it, we will get the answer for Z, that is 5600 ohms. Right? So now I can find out the value of I, magnitude of the current. That is I, V by Z. That is 150 by 5600. That is what? Nearly we will be getting 0.0268 amperes. Right? This is magnitude. Then what about the phase? Phase is nothing but phi. So we can find it out by tan inverse XL by R, as we have seen earlier. So if you substitute it, tan inverse XL is what? 2513 by R is what? 5000. So if you substitute it, you will be getting 26.7 degrees lag. Fine. Now magnitude and phase of current is over. Now we need voltage across resistance and inductance. So voltage across resistance is nothing but VR. That can be given by I into R. That is nothing but I, 0.0268 into 5000, which gives you 134 volts. At the same time, we are asked to find out, this is over, across resistance is over. Voltage across inductance we need to find out, which is nothing but VL. That is what? I into XL. So 0.0268, current is same, right? Series circuit. And XL value is what? 2513. So which gives you nearly 67.35 volts. Also calculate the power taken from the supply, that is P, given by P. P is what? VI cos phi R naught. That is V is 150, I is 0.0268 into cos of phi is what? Where is our phi? So this is our phi, right? 26.7 degrees. So you will be getting 3.6 watts. So this is how we will find out different parameters, right? So now let us look at another example regarding impedance triangle. See, here it is given that a current of 10 amps flows in a circuit lagging behind the applied voltage of 100 volts 50 Hz by 30 degrees. Determine the values of resistance, reactance and impedance of the circuit. See, we are asked to find out R, X and Z. That means you have to remember the impedance triangle. See, X, R, Z lagging by 5 degrees. So here we can make use of impedance triangle. So it is given by lags by 30 degrees, right? So that means phi is equals to 30 degrees lag. It is given. So now we know the information of current as well as voltage. That means can I find out Z? So Z is nothing but V by I. So V is given as 100 and I is given as 10. So we get Z as 10, right? So this we have got it, 10 ohms. Now R we need, right? So from the triangle we know that R cos phi, we know that cos phi is what? See, cos of phi, adjacent side by hypotenuse, that is R by Z. From where I can write R is equals to Z cos phi or not? Where Z I know 10, cos of phi I know 30 degrees, right? So you get answer as 8.66 ohms. In the same way, XL is nothing but, see, Z opposite side of phi, that is Z sin phi. So 10 sin 30 degrees will be getting as 5 ohms. So this is where impedance triangle will be helpful to you. Hope you have understood the things. Thank you.